Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And this is more of a follow up recap video from the announcement this morning that Verizon is doing or I should say, Hans Vestberg is doing another management shakeup. So, great title from Mike over at Light Reading. I will leave it in the description down below. Verizon CEO tries another management shakeup. So, he's done that before, if you guys recall, right? We got Manone that replaced Ronan Dunn. And if I remember back then, they did a few other small changes. Then Tammy left. Tammy Irwin, she was in charge of, she was the CEO of Verizon Business. She left, and then Hans moved Sampath into Tammy's position. And a few other changes were made back then, right? Then Hans got rid of Manone, and then he appointed himself a temporary CEO of the consumer group, which I had a feeling that wasn't going to last. I didn't think he was going to do that permanently. And now today we have another shakeup, right? And all he's really doing, he's just shuffling around management. We really didn't get anybody new, right? Matt Ellis is leaving as the longest CFO of Verizon's history at 6.5 years, but he's being replaced by somebody that's already in the finance department on a temporary basis as well, and someone else will permanently fill that position. That's coming in the future. But other than that, the other pieces that were moved around, it's not going to work, right? To make a long story short, it's not going to work. They did the shakeup, the first time with Ronan Dunn. That didn't work. They still took losses. They moved Tammy. I'm hearing business is taking more losses too. So what did Hans do, right? He said earlier, I watched another video of Up to Speed. He said he's this big mastermind. He's been in the lab working for several months on this and with his team. And what does he do? He moves a network engineer that's really all about the network. He moves him to Verizon's business side, and Kyle Milady becomes the CEO of business. And he moves someone with zero experience, mind you, to become the CEO of the consumer group. I knew it was bad at Verizon. I've told you guys it was bad at Verizon. You guys know it's bad at Verizon. You've seen the numbers. But I didn't know it was this bad. And the fact that Hans Vestberg still has somewhat support of the shareholders and the board members is just mind-blowing to me. Usually you get one, right? Maybe two, where you can move around and shift. He moved Tammy, he moved Ronan, and now he's being allowed a third one. I'm gonna let you guys know right now, when they report Q1 earnings, those numbers are going to be horrible. They're going to be bad. I'm gonna just say that now. They're going to be terrible. And this change is not going to do anything. He's just shuffling. He put the management team on shuffle, and just wherever the cards may fall, it feels like that's how they ended up. Literally. Some people say, somebody said a quote that I liked earlier, that Hans is playing musical chairs at Verizon, and Matt Ellis didn't get a seat at the table. I mean, it's getting that bad. And this is not even desperation. He's just moving people around. Kyle Milady may have not even wanted to be CEO of business. He was probably perfectly fine in his role. But now, he was probably behind the scenes like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. But he probably really didn't want to be in that position. Same with Sampath. They probably all told Hans, yeah, I'll do it. We'll figure it out. But they really don't want to be in that position. Sampath was in the business side for years. So I don't know what Hans is doing. I don't think this took Hans multiple months of brainstorming to get this done. He said at the inside of at Up to Speed that he was in board meetings and emergency meetings with HR and all these other people. Nah, I don't buy that. I've been doing this wireless thing too long, man. I've been tracking it for too long. I talked to too many people. I just don't buy that. He's grasping at straws. He's trying any and everything that he can to remain in that position that he's in. And by the way, he did remain CEO. And at the end of it, he's going to get paid. He's going to get that parachute, and he's gone. So why not try something more competitive, right? Why not lower pricing permanently nationwide? Why only do it limited time, in certain months or certain quarters when you feel like it? They need to compete, right? I know I said pricing wasn't the problem, but I still think it might be, looking at it overall, and I think they're starting to realize that too. It's very expensive to run the size of network that they operate, right? Fiber, OpEx, everything included. But, I'm starting to think, like I said, you might have to operate like T-Mobile in order to compete. T-Mobile is taking their lunch, breakfast, and dinner. I promise you guys that. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. This is a big nothing burger. Nothing is going to come out of this shakeup in terms of positivity. Everything will remain the same, and Verizon will continue taking losses. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.